Hey, good afternoon, good morning, however you're doing there. This is Ron with next video 3 in this series here for the KM Cup. What we're doing now is we're going to start actually writing our writing our program for the KM Cup. Step 1, I would like you to go to File, Examples, Tetrix Pulse, Programming Guide Activities, and bring up Activity 7. And it should look like this. And to start with, I'd like you to right up there in front of the include, hit return a couple times. We're going to just put a couple quick notes. First off, your name, date, and version number. Okay. And the second thing I want you to do is put another comment. We're going to just tell the reader what this program's all about. This will use Tetrix Pulse and Prime to build a robot for the KM Cup. Okay. And quick notes here. So what this include does is to include the library called Pulse, written by Paul Utley from Tetrix. And this line, it says, in that library, create an object called Pulse that allows us to use the functions in the library. By the way, pause this at any time to slow things down. I'm going to keep right on rolling. Next thing I want you to do is put in a couple more slashes and say global variables and definitions. And then let's move down. We're going to add stuff to there later, by the way. A lot of stuff later. Setup, let's get rid of this one. Free line there. We're going to put lots more stuff in here. Make sure you leave the motor invert in. We're going to need that. Okay, then down in the loop function, we're going to make a couple of adjustments to this just for fun to get ready for video 4. So what it's done here, this starts the robot going hopefully forward at 50% power for 3 seconds and then stops. We're going to adjust this a little bit. I'm going to copy both of these, paste them in again, and after that 3 seconds I want to turn the motor off, both motors off, and I'm going to make this delay only 1 second. And I'm going to put the 2 slash marks in front of this line to take it out of the program. So now what happens is loops, first pulse begin, motor invert, and then it sets the motor to 50% power, runs forward hopefully for 3 seconds, then stops, and then waits for 1 second, and then does it again and keeps on going forever till you have the full until you hit the red button to stop the program. Next thing I want you to do is come down here and type in the word functions. This is where we're going to do a lot of work, adding a lot of pieces to this. We'll convert, for example, that first thing up there to a function. We're going to write our functions down here. And this is about as far as we want to go in the program for this video. Just make a couple more comments. First off, these 2 slashes allows you to write comments that are good for humans, but the computer just ignores them when it runs the program. Second thing, idea of pseudocode. Instead of having what's called spaghetti code, lots and lots of stuff, we could write all of our program here. It'd be a big, long mess. Instead of doing that, we're going to use functions to represent each step in pseudocode, and the functions are going to show up here. We'll show you that when we get started in the next video. And then finally, last thing I want to encourage you to use is if you look in the programming reference guide for the Tetrix Pulse, you'll see that in the appendix there's a function reference appendix, and it's really going to be your friend. All the functions like set motor powers here are listed in there, and they tell you exactly what can go in there, what the limits of the parameters are, and so on and so forth. I encourage you to get used to using that. Once you've finished the 15 activities that are in the programming reference guide, it'll be the place you'll normally want to go to answer a question. And that's it for video 1. Here we go. I'll stop that now and see you next time on video 4.